Guys, I can't believe it. It's been 3 years, about 3 years anyway, maybe even longer, I'm not too sure. So I got a Colin Caterpillar cake to celebrate. You have no idea how many hoops I had to jump through in order to try and get a cake. At first, I really wanted to get like a personalized commission cake. Like I actually wanted to get a proper celebration cake done. So I went to every single baker shop where I lived and I asked them all to do me a nice cake, but it all fell flat. 3 of them didn't get back to me. One of them blocked me. Don't know why, don't know what I did wrong. So yeah, I gave up. I love chocolate caterpillar cakes. It is a British tradition to have one of these on your birthday. I always get it on my birthday, but today I've got it to celebrate 100k. I am going out later as well, drinking. I'm excited for. I also got, are you ready? I have got 1 0. Oh, 100, that spells out 100 if you're not good at maths, and I'm putting these candles on my cake. They were really expensive, like the candles were like £1.50 each. It's because I got the cake from M&S and I just thought I couldn't be bothered to go somewhere else to get candles. So I just thought I'd get them from M&S too, but bloody hell, that much money for some candles. Oh my God, I just broke it. I broke the cocktail stick on the 0, oh no. Oh my God, God. Do you know what? It would not be me if I didn't f it up somehow. Can I? Oh, I don't know what to do. I just got another cocktail stick out. Like, can I just shove it in its place? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. See, that's a fire hazard, that is. Can I shove it right in there? Oh no, now I've bloody cracked it open. So that happened. Well, as I said, it would not be me if something didn't go wrong. I am a clumsy person, like ask anybody. I'm honestly like, I'm tripping over. I spill drinks all the time. If I go around your house, do not give me a glass because I will smash it. Even when I'm drinking wine, like I drink it in a mug because I don't trust myself with a wine glass. Anyway, this is Colin. Hello, mate. Maybe I should make Colin in The Sims. I do apologise, Colin, but I am... Do you know what? I'm doing a bit of acupuncture. Maybe you'll like it. I've never had acupuncture with the needles, but I think it'd be quite, you know, relieving. So maybe, it's giving his back a break before I eat him up. Anyway, I am 100 years old. Happy birthday to me. I was gonna wait and do it later so I wasn't by myself, but I got impatient, so I'm doing it alone. I'm an introvert. I don't care. Anyway, there we go. Try not to burn the house down. Happy one. Oh my God. Oh my God. I was singing and oh my God, hang on. Let me put it back. Happy 100k to me. Happy 100k to me. Happy 100k to me. Happy 100k to me. Don't you love the smell of burnt candles? Absolutely lovely. Anyway, I just want to demolish this. It was really just an excuse to eat chocolate because I've been on a diet. I did notice a lot of you guys say to me recently, like you've noticed my weight loss. Thank you very much, by the way. I do really appreciate it. I've lost just over 3 stone. I don't know what that is in pounds. Like 40 pounds or something. It has taken a long time. Now I'm going to the gym and trying to work out and get muscular. But today's a cheat day. This reminds me of, do you know that movie Sausage Party? Anyway, here we go. That is a bit of a big piece. I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, too late now. I was gonna sit in my lounge, but it's a bit messy, so... I mean, my bedroom's messy, but you're used to the mess in here, so I'm not embarrassed by it. Anyway, maybe I do have a foot fetish, because his feet taste divine. For 100k, I have asked you guys some questions on Instagram. I also asked you guys some questions on YouTube as well. I'm gonna try and answer them. How old are you? I am 28. Sometimes people think I'm younger, or people say I'm fresh-faced or whatever. I feel like I look my age. I feel like, some people look younger, some people look older. I just think I look my age, especially now I've got facial hair. I don't get ID'd now if I ever buy alcohol or vapes or if I go to nightclubs. They never ID me. I used to get ID'd all the time, but since I grew facial hair, I never get ID'd anymore. I did used to be like really against looking older, but now I like it. I think it looks more sexy. How do you get more successful on YouTube? Patience. So many people start YouTube and they think they know everything, and they genuinely do create a really good video with a perfect title, perfect thumbnail, really perfect editing, and the video completely flops, and then they get angry and frustrated and they blame the algorithm. But actually, the reason why you don't blow up on YouTube these days is just because it requires a lot of patience and resilience. There's a reason why a lot of older YouTubers say I miss old YouTube, and the reason why is because old YouTube, you could upload any old random crap and you'd get a million views for no reason. But these days, you actually have to put so much effort in, and even after putting all that effort in, your video still flops anyway and you don't know why. It does require a lot of patience. If you don't have the patience to wait a few years to make it your career, then like it's not for you. So yeah, that's what you need, patience. Do you like rats? Not particularly, although all my exes were rats, so maybe I do. On the subject of rats, what should your boyfriend be like looks and nature? I really like Nordic looking guys, and I really like Eastern European guys. My perfect type is tall, blonde, blue eyes, and I feel like the Eastern Europeans and the Nordic ones are more likely to have that. In terms of nature, I do need somebody who's not afraid to tell me to shut up, because like I am a very anxious person. Sometimes I get anxious about random things, absolutely no reason. And some people, they like the soft approach, like it's okay, you'll be fine. I don't want that. I need someone to say, Satch, you are being a fanny. Shut up. That is what I need. I need someone who's going to give it to me straight. And I need someone who's a little bit introverted as well, because I just can't stand being around the same person for such a long amount of time. Like, I just don't understand those couples that spend like all day, every day together, especially the ones that like work at home. Like, how can you not argue and fight all the time? If I was in a relationship with someone, we both worked at home, like I'd need us to have separate office spaces, and I'd need us to be totally apart for the entire day. I can't deal with people that need constant social attention. It doesn't work for me. I like to be by myself. And I need someone who's comfortable with that. Any Sims 4 expansion pack dream ideas? We know about hotels, so that one doesn't count. I really, really, really want a reality TV show pack in The Sims 4. I want to be able to recreate Drag Race, Love Island, Too Hot to Handle, Big Brother. I think it would be really difficult to implement, but I would just love to have like a proper reality TV pack. I think it would be so funny. How to bottom asking for a friend. I think there's a lot to it. Do you know what I find funny though? Like, they don't teach you in school sex education about anal sex. They teach you about vaginal sex, but they don't teach you about anal sex. I mean, even straight people do it, but they don't teach you how to do it safely. I'm not a therapist or advisor, so I don't know. But firstly, you need special lube because the normal water-based ones don't work and they cause friction. Secondly, the same old protection rules apply about condoms and things. Thirdly, you need a douche. I think a lot of gay people, like, they starve themselves before they do it. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're eating a curry, I wouldn't bother. But like, you don't need to have like a special weird diet. Like, you can just eat normal food. Just douche, mate. I'm not really the best to advise on it because I'm not normally a bottom. But yeah, they should teach it in schools. What deodorant do you use? I use simple deodorant roll-on. I have like the most sensitive skin in the world. You have no idea. I actually apply like a green filter on my skin when I record videos so it doesn't look as pink. Even then, it still looks a bit pink. But yeah, my skin is so pale and sensitive, I can't literally use like perfume products or I break out. It's a nightmare. It's one thing I'm really self-conscious about my skin, because firstly, my lips are so red. Everyone always asks me if I wear lipstick. I don't. They're literally just so like rashy. My lips are honestly like hot all of the time. Like, if you kissed me, your mouth would be burning because it would be, honestly, my lips are always hot. And like, whenever I'd get like blemishes, you can always see them so clearly because my skin is just so pale, and I've got some hyperpigmentation. I've got vitiligo. If you don't know what vitiligo is, you know, like when people with dark skin have like light patches. That's what I got all over my arms and legs. You guys have never seen it because I always hide it really well and I never put my arms and legs in my videos. But yeah, it makes me feel so self-conscious, my vitiligo. That's also why I fake tan a lot too. Yeah, my skin's a nightmare. I hate it. What countries do you want to visit? Cherry blossom emoji. I'm actually going to be traveling around Europe soon. I am honestly like so excited. You have no idea. I've never really been around mainland Europe before. I think I'm going to get like an Interrail pass and just like go to loads of different places. I'm not even planning everywhere I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try and be spontaneous because I've only ever been to Japan, Portugal, and Turkey. Oh, and Iceland. So only really 4 places in my lifetime, which is not really that many to European standards anyway. I know in some countries a lot of people don't leave that often, but like around Europe, people are always going off. So I'm excited to do that before I settle down and move out. When did you first get into The Sims? When it was first released, I must have been about 6 or 7 around the time it released, and I honestly just played it ever since then, really. And I never stopped. I mean, when I was an adult, when The Sims 4 first came out, I was honestly so disappointed I stopped. I played every single Sims game consecutively, solidly, Sims 1 to 3. And then when The Sims 4 first came out, I was so disappointed. I was like, I'm not playing this. So I didn't play it for like 4 or 5 years, and then I got back into it again for YouTube. Guys, this cake, honestly, M&S cakes are the best. I'm just looking at my YouTube ones now, my YouTube questions. Congrats on 100k, Satch. It sounds boring, but I love to hear about the back end stuff of being a self-employed content creator. Do you have any tips, blah, blah, blah? Apart from what I said before, just about patience, you've got to always work on yourself and be brutal with yourself. And every time I made a video when I first started, I was like, I'm going to improve something every time. If there was something that I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to do it, I made tons of effort learning how to do it, even if it took me like 2 hours to learn like one tiny little thing. And I remember like it used to honestly take me to like record plus edit plus upload a video. It would take me honestly like 13 hours, whereas now it takes me like 40 minutes. So you've just got to keep improving. Congrats on your 100k subs. I'm a fan from Philippines. And now my question is that if there are other Asian countries, oh my god, so guys, I'm dyslexic, by the way. That's why I read things funny. Is there other Asian countries that you have visited and would also like to visit? So you know I went to Japan. I haven't visited any other Asian country. Maybe I would like to visit South Korea, although I heard they're a bit homophobic, so maybe not. See, I'd love to go to Thailand, not for like the Thai stuff, but like for the historical stuff and the nature, or maybe Vietnam. It's just I hear a lot of horror stories about people that go there, and I'm not sure if I want to go, but I'm really interested in like the nature and the history. And do you know what? I've always been like fascinated by the Middle East. I mean, I can't go because I'm gay, but like there's a lot of like traditional stuff, like historical things that I've been really fascinated about. I really don't understand this whole appeal about like Dubai. Like it's just like a big city. Like why are people going there for the influencer lifestyle, porta potty lifestyle? Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. But like the traditional stuff, if they sorted their shit out politically, like I would definitely go 100%. I think, yeah, it's Middle East and Asia. I think it's in Asia, technically. In your own experience, what's the most positive part of being a successful YouTuber and what's the most negative? I wouldn't say I'm successful yet. I'm still trying to make my way there. Most positive is work-life balance. Any YouTuber who says their job is hard is lying to you because it's the easiest job in the bloody world. I roll out of bed at 10 a.m, record a couple of videos, go to the gym, have a bit of lunch, do a bit of editing, then I'm bloody done for the day. I mean, YouTubers do work very long hours, all of us do, because it is like a lifestyle in that respect, but it's not like hard hours. It's proper easy. The most negative thing is feeling trapped because the way social media algorithms work, not just YouTube, but all of them, they force you to basically do the exact same thing every single time. Every single video has to be exactly the same. You know, even this video, the YouTube algorithm literally will not promote it to most of my audience because it doesn't recognize it as Sims content. They like punish you for trying to be different, and that's, you know, the most frustrating thing about it. All YouTubers complain about this. If you try and do something a bit different, the algorithm hates it. The viewers don't always hate it, but the algorithm does. Okay, 3 questions. What's your favorite Sims challenge to do? I just love killing my Sims. Who inspires you to make Sims videos? Before I knew I wanted to be a Sims YouTuber, but I knew I did want to be a YouTuber, it was Plumbella, who I watch, who inspired me to actually make Sims content. Also, the YouTuber who actually inspired me to be a YouTuber in general is Anastasia Kingsnorth. She's a British vlogger, lifestyle YouTuber. Question 3, if you could change one thing about Sims, what would it be? It would be just erasing The Sims 4 from existence and just having The Sims 3 again, basically. Congrats on the 100k. What other games would you like to play besides The Sims? Recently, I've been playing Hogwarts Legacy, which is fun. I'm obsessed with Overwatch and Valorant. I play those all the time. My favorite video game series of all time is The Legend of Zelda, not The Sims, as you all think. I also really love JRPGs. I love Final Fantasy. It's up there with The Legend of Zelda. I love all the Final Fantasy games. How do you come up with Shanice's character? Shanice is a chav. You know, on TikTok, there was that trend, if you don't know me, I'm M to the B, and like even Kim Kardashian was like doing chav makeup. That's what Shanice is. To be honest, you probably won't really understand Shanice that well unless you're British. She's loosely based off Vicky Pollard and the Catherine Tate chav and Gemma Collins, like all rolled into one. Congrats. My question is about you streaming. Should we wait for it or it won't happen soon? See, my biggest thing that I'm self-conscious about is my Wi-Fi is so slow and it dips. Like when I did my test live stream the other week, there are times when it was just dipping and it froze and it just made me feel conscious that other people wouldn't enjoy it. I am really open to live streams. I also have to deal with my mum. I live at home. My mum treats me like I'm a 15-year-old. And like if I do a live, I mean the last time I did a live, she literally walked in my bedroom unannounced without knocking with her trousers half down to get a blanket out of my cupboard because she uses my room for her stuff. This is how suffocating it is in my house. My bedroom is the only place I can put my stuff, and even then it's not all my stuff. Half of it is my mum's stuff because she hoards things and puts things in my cupboards, and she'll just walk in unannounced and I hate it. I hate living at home. It is suffocating. I know she's my mum and she loves me and she means well, but I just can't deal with it. I can't cope with it. I am going to move out soon. When I move out, I'm going to start doing live so much more. Every now and then I might do a live, you know, maybe on a Sunday because that's when most of my viewers are online, but we're just going to have to wait and see. It's definitely on the cards. I'm not sure really about Twitch, but I'm happy doing YouTube lives. I'm also going to get into TikTok lives when I can be bothered to set it up, but yeah, it is coming. Congratulations. What's your worst trait? My worst trait, I would say, so I'm just brutally honest. My entire life, I have never ever had a filter. Like if my friend comes up to me and says, oh, do I look nice in what I'm wearing? I'm not the kind of person to say, oh, you look so lovely, you look amazing. Like if I think you look bad, it just comes out my mouth like you look bad. And I know it's really bad because like when people ask those questions, they just want validation. Like they don't want you to be honest. They just want you to give them validation. But I can't give validation. I can only give honesty. It does get me in trouble when I meet new people because when I meet new people, they think I'm being horrible. Like I'm not being horrible. I'm a really lovely person. I'm really kind. But sometimes things just come out wrong. And, you know, sometimes I come across a little bit savage. I did do an autism test once and it said I was mildly autistic. So I don't know if that's it. But yeah, it's my worst trait because sometimes I say something and I think I'm being nice, but other people interpret it as rude. And honestly, I hate it about myself because I would never want to make another person feel uncomfortable. But other people genuinely sometimes just think I'm being rude when I'm not trying to be at all. I'm trying to be nice or trying to be funny and it just comes out wrong. I hate it. How are you? That's my only question. How are you doing? I'm doing all right, mate. I'm happy. I'm comfortable. I'm healthy. I'm bored and depressed and a bit anxious. That's all just because I'm living at home. I've got plans to move out as soon as I travel around Europe. Obviously, I've got to travel Europe first. I am grateful to be at home because it's allowed me to start my YouTube business and save money to go traveling and move out and get a mortgage and things. But now I've done it, like I just need to get out of here. I'm an adult. I can't live at home. I love living by myself when I had my own apartment. It was amazing. I just walk around my apartment all day naked because I just love being free. I love being open. If you ever live with me, like you will have to put up with me walking around naked with my balls jingling around because I just cannot wear clothes all the time. I hate it. And when I'm living at home, I have to. So when I move out, I'm doing okay now. But when I move out, I'm going to be like really good. Like I'm going to be properly in my element and I'm just so excited for it. Do you like avocados? Do you know what? I used to like them, but I just feel like they're very unhealthy. They've got a lot of calories and they're very high in fat. And once I saw a TikTok saying avocados taste like penis. So now whenever I eat an avocado, that's all I can taste. I mean, it's not... I was going to say it's not the worst taste in the world, but it's not the best. And I just like, when I eat it, I think of it and I think, oh, like, you know, when you like eat rice and you look at the rice and you think it looks like maggots and it puts you off. That's what it's like with avocados when I think of penis. Have you ever been judged for being a simmer? We all know that 90% of Sims audience is female, so hoping for a good story. Do you think EA is going to give you EA game changers? Because I'd love to see you dunk on features that should be base game. Firstly, well, to answer the second question, EA actually told me I'm not allowed to be in the EA Game Changers program. I wonder why. To answer the first question, I think the thing I get judged the most about is not being woke, because a lot of people in the Sims community are woke and it's just not me. We all deserve just to be ourselves and be authentic and be happy. But I don't want to bang on about it all the time. Like, I just want to play The Sims. The brutally honest truth that not a lot of people are willing to admit is a lot of people in the Sims community rant on about diversity and inclusivity, but really they're the most exclusive group of people you've ever seen. Everybody harasses you if you're not the same as them, if you don't have the same views, opinions, values, beliefs, ideologies as them. People are so inclusive when it comes to neo-pronouns and sexualities and skin colours and things, but when it comes to just like being an individual human, they don't like it. They don't like the idea of somebody having a different opinion about something or a different value or belief or view. And the worst thing for me is when I see other Sims content creators do it. Even when I was a smaller YouTuber and nobody knew me and I had less than 100k subscribers, I was so shocked when I saw a lot of big Sims content creators use their platforms to condone harassment and bullying of people who have different views, opinions, values and beliefs about random things. You know, as a creator, I try my best to be professional and not promote harassment to other people, yet a lot of people in the Sims community do that, and it's very two-faced. I do think the Sims community is two-faced and toxic, and there's no reason for it. Everybody loves to jump on the high horse and talk about like how righteous they are with their perfect opinions. All these things, by the way, have got absolutely nothing to do with The Sims. You think the point of a Sims gaming community is to enjoy The Sims, but people don't want to enjoy The Sims. People just want to argue and get angry with each other and rant on about how righteous they are, and if somebody disagrees with them, you're automatically an extreme right conservative. I've been called an extreme right conservative so many times just because I'm not woke. How do you know who I vote for in elections? How could you possibly know? I've never voted for the Conservative Party. I've only been a very liberal person, yet because I don't, you know, agree with something, I'm an extreme right conservative. I just think people in the Sims community need to chill their bloody beans. And that's why I don't resonate with the Sims community, because I'm not woke. That is my biggest obstacle to being accepted by the Sims community. But to be honest, if people don't want to accept me for just being me, then they can fuck off. I'm not going to change who I am to please other people. I do think a lot of people in the Sims community jump on the woke train because they want to be accepted. But if you have to change yourself to be accepted, it's not a community, it's a cult. If you're getting shunned for being different from everybody else and not believing in the ideologies, then it's not a community, it's a cult. I'm not part of anyone's fucking cult. Have you seen those Netflix documentaries about cults? No, thank you. So yeah, that is my biggest struggle in terms of being judged. How did you find the time to start making videos? Well, it was when I was living in Japan and I worked very unsociable hours, so basically mostly afternoons to evenings and weekends. I basically just spent every single waking moment that I wasn't working doing Sims videos. It was a lot of stress, to be honest. Even when I got back to England and I had a full-time job, I was doing an office job, but it was one of those jobs where you could just like wiggle your mouse. It was working from home, so like I could just wiggle my mouse and get away with not doing anything. And I used to like plan all my videos and thumbnails when I was doing all of that. I was doing lots of multitasking. I didn't go out and see friends. I didn't do anything. I would just solidly focus on YouTube, and that was for like 2 years. So I didn't really find time. I just used borrowed time from other things and got stressed as a result. I wouldn't recommend that though. If there was only one thing you can add to The Sims 4, what would it be and why? I would add open worlds again. The Sims 4 is boring because it doesn't have an open world. That's the honest truth. The Sims 2 had great social coding. The Sims 4 doesn't have that. The Sims 3 had a great open world. The Sims 4 doesn't have that. That's why I find The Sims 4 boring. But with Growing Together, they're getting brand new social coding to make social interactions a lot more meaningful, but they still haven't got the open world. So that's one thing that I'd add, but they would probably never add, being realistic. Favorite Sim memory from your childhood? Playing The Sims 1, Making Magic. I had a ton of fun with that game. Absolutely incredible. It's my second favorite Sims pack of all time. My first favorite Sims pack is The Sims 2 Open for Business. That was honestly incredible. But yeah, Making Magic is a lot of fun when you're a kid. When are you getting OnlyFans started? For those of you who don't follow me on Instagram, I've been getting a lot of signs lately to do OnlyFans. Like a lot of signs. Like it can't be a coincidence at this point. Honestly, I'm not against it. I just feel like I'm not sexy enough in my body right now. I think if I ever did it, I would never do collaborations with other creators because I wouldn't really feel comfortable doing that. But I may, you know, upload things by myself. Even even not just like me, but like, you know, recently behind the scenes, there's been a lot going on with the gaming side of YouTube. YouTube have basically like made gaming content so much stricter. You know, before I used to do like those funny Let's Plays where I used to kill my Sims off. You can't do that on YouTube anymore. Before, YouTube used to allow video game violence, but now it doesn't allow even like natural video game violence. Like they randomly got weirdly strict for literally no reason. So if I had an OnlyFans, I might, you know, use it not for, you know, adult things necessarily with myself, my body, but actually making Sims videos where I could use the extreme violence modern things, because I really miss doing that on YouTube. I really miss it. It was one of my favorite things, but I literally just can't do it anymore in a way that's safe, that might not get my channel banned. It's such a shame YouTube went down that path. YouTube has always penalized gamers. Gamers are the people who make YouTube. Without gamers, YouTube would not be what it is today, but they still, you know, shove us to the side. It's frustrating. All gaming YouTubers have this exact problem in almost every single niche. But yeah, maybe OnlyFans could fix that for me if I put videos of that on there too. Who knows? But I just want to wait till my body's a little bit hotter before I consider it. Emphasis on consider it, not do it. When are we going to get a story time about you in Japan? I already have one. A lot of you guys don't know I actually have a second channel. It's called SatchOnStuff. I actually have a video on there about my time in Japan. I also have like random personal opinions on there. It's like my personal creative output channel. Sometimes I do like ranty videos. Sometimes I just explain things about my life. I've got a couple of vlogs on there. Feel free to check it out, but it's got my Japanese video on there if you want to see my experience of the country. Where's your favorite place to woohoo? Do you know what? Every single time I've done a QA in the past, like 80% of the questions have been sexual. This time, only like I've had one other or two other questions that have been a bit sexual. I was looking through them thinking, thank God these people are being appropriate for once. Nope. You let me down. I am going to be boring and say in the house. Any room I don't mind. Not the bathroom. I just need to be around a shower because I am a clean person. I mean, I'm not against outdoors, but like as a bit of a clean freak, like there's only really one option. Do you have a boyfriend? No, I don't have a boyfriend. I'm an extremely picky person. Like you have no idea. Not necessarily in a shallow way, because I am very open. Like I think, you know, we're all just humans and you can't expect someone to be perfect. Not in a shallow way. It's just like, as I said before, guys, like, you know, I'm very unique. Like I'm very brutally honest and I need someone who's not afraid to tell me off. Like I've been on dates with guys before and I've thought on the date, like, I'm just gonna end up making you cry and I can't be bothered to deal with that. I need someone who's not gonna cry and who's gonna just tell me to shut up. And it's really rare to find someone like that. Also, I'm from a very small little town where there's not many gay people. If I go on Tinder and I set my radius to like maximum 20 miles, within about 3 minutes of swiping, everybody's gone. Like you've gone through all of them. It's quite like a conservative little town as well, so like a lot of gay people aren't even out. Even then, like I do really struggle with like gay culture. Like a lot of gay people are polyamorous. Like, I don't understand that. Not for me at all. And I do find, see, this is another woke thing that I don't get. To be brutally honest with you, I don't find a lot of gay people attractive these days because a lot of gay people are very woke. There's nothing wrong with being woke. It's just not for me. You can't help who you are or you're not sexually attracted to. I know I'm going to get cancelled. You are an internalized homophobe. I'm not. I just have preferences. I'm just not into the whole woke thing, and I do feel like a lot of gay people these days are very woke. Like, I'm not an internalized homophobe in the slightest. I really genuinely love being gay. I love it so much. But like a lot of gay guys these days, I'm just not into them the way they are. To be brutally honest, I can't help that. I'm happy to be friends with anybody. I wouldn't judge people for being the way they are at all because I'm not a shallow person. But when it comes to romantic preferences, and you are allowed to have preferences, it's not, you know, something phobic if you don't like a certain kind of person. It's just, you know, your preferences. You can't help that. And I do find it tough, that in combination with being fussy. But I've heard from people I know who live in and around Manchester that like there's a lot more gay people there, and there's like a more variety of people. So maybe I'll find somebody if I live there. Who knows? If I don't, I'm not going to cry about it because like I am an introvert. I am happy to be by myself a lot of the time. The main reason why I want a boyfriend, being brutally honest, is to get a mortgage, because I've tried to get a mortgage now, even though I do earn quite, I earn a decent amount of money and I've saved up a good deposit. But just because I'm single, they penalise you so much. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but in the UK, the housing market is in like a total state. And unless you're like a couple, plus extremely rich, it's impossible to even just get like a normal house. So I would like one for like practical reasons, but I'm not like hard up for it. What do you hate the most about your oneself? Wow, nice bit of trauma dumping there. Lovely question. Great way to bring up the mood. But I did say ask anything, so I'm not judging. I already said before about my skin. I really hate having vitiligo and pale skin. Another thing that I'm really self-conscious about is my hips. I have like women's hips, like huge hips. Obviously, like as a man, it's not very sexy because I look very bottom heavy. I have massive legs and a massive ass as well. I mean, one would think it's a good thing to have a nice juicy ass, but it makes my upper body look really small, and I have just like a, like a triangle shape. I want the inverted triangle. I am going to the gym and I'm working out my back and my shoulders a lot, at least like 3 times a week, just to try and like balance my upper body more. Another thing that makes me self-conscious is my eyes. I have a lazy eye. I was actually hit once with a baseball or a cricket ball, I can't remember, and I've got like a permanently deformed bone here and it gives me a lazy eye. But I'm not that self-conscious about myself. I do love the way I look, especially now I've lost weight. Like, I just feel so good about myself, and now I'm going to the gym and working out. Like, I honestly can't recommend enough. Like, if you're overweight and deep down you need to lose weight, just lose it. I think there's a lot of toxic body positivity online. Be who you are, be comfortable with who you are, never change who you are. But actually, if deep down you want to change, then just do it, because that's what I did. I used to listen to all the body positivity rubbish online, and then I just brutally looked in the mirror and I said, I feel ugly, I hate myself. So then I started working on myself, and now I feel better. I think it's good to work on yourself, working on your hair, your skin, your clothes, your fitness, the food you put in your system. Like, when you work on yourself, it does reflect like on the inside and the outside. This whole thing about not caring about what other people think is just a facade. It's not real. That's not how the human brain works. We do all care about what other people think. And when I admitted to myself that I do, and I started working on myself, and like a lot of other people praise me, like I like that external confidence. I like it when other people compliment me. It gets me going. As a person, I've always had quite low self-esteem. So like when other people say nice things about me, it makes me feel better about myself. I've never been arrogant at all, and I'm not saying it in an arrogant way. I just think it's really good to try and feel good about yourself where possible. Would you like to appear in a movie /series? No, but I would love to appear in Big Brother or any other kind of reality show. It's always been my dream to be on reality TV. Do you know what? My whole life, people have always said to me, always, even since I was a child, like they could see me on reality TV. I've just always been one of those people that just loves to entertain, and I love being dramatic on, like when everyone's looking at me, I am there to entertain. I am so introverted. Like if I go to a party, like a house party, and everyone's talking amongst themselves, I'd happily sit there quietly just listening. But if every single person in the room is looking at me, I just suddenly become alive and I suddenly become really outgoing. I've just loved having eyes on me. That's so narcissistic. It's just always been like how I've been comfortable. I think I've always been a performer deep down ever since I was younger. I think that's why I love YouTube so much. But yeah, I'd love to have cameras on me and be just being funny on TV. That would honestly be the dream. I have actually been contacted by a reality TV company once and applied. I can't really say. Maybe it will happen this year, maybe not. We're gonna have to wait and see. It's a popular British one. It's popular around the world actually. A lot of people know it, but it's not like my main priority right now. My main priority is just YouTube. And by the way, thank you very much for 100k. I really appreciate all your lovely comments and congratulations. I can't reply to all of them because, to be honest, it is exhausting replying to all the comments. I know that sounds brutal, but I'm being real with you guys. As I said before, I'm brutally honest. I do read literally every single one of them, like 100% are all read. I just can't have the time to reply to them all. I wish I did, but I just don't. But I do read them all, and thank you very much for congratulating me on 100k. Of course, I couldn't do it without you. Please keep watching my videos so I can keep my job. I need it, guys. I need my mortgage. I hope you learned something interesting about me today. If you did want to see my Japan video, by the way, which I mentioned earlier, I will link that right here. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.